All right. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome. Oh, let me turn
Morning.
that off.
Oh,
I hope the music isn't louder than us. Um, can you hear?
I can hear.
Okay, you can hear. Okay. Let me actually. There we go. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Thank you for being here
Good
this early.
morning.
Well,
Yes,
it's early on the West Coast.
yes.
It's early on
When
the
you had
West.
a time.
I mean,
Right.
it's still early on the East Coast.
Eleven.
Your definition of early. I mean, granted, they don't get going until 2, all right?
I feel that. I feel that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Hi, hi.
Good morning. Hi Angel. Hey Inferno. Listen, I just moved from Charlotte to San Diego like 3 months ago and I'm still operating
Ooh,
on East Coast time. So
Yeah.
ooh, I bet that's rough.
yeah, no, I woke up at 6 this morning. I was like, ah,
Hello.
Wired and awake.
Good morning.
facts. Facts. All right, can you hear them better now? See, this is
I'll say a little
why.
something, some.
Okay.
Make
Let
sure
me
they
turn
can
the
hear us pretty well.
sensitivity up. So Autumn is actually in the same room as me.
No, what are you talking about? They how would they know?
How would they know?
They'll never know.
What do you mean?
Right. Okay, you can hear music better. Okay, do you want to be music
All
or
right,
kid or
cool.
music kid?
Music kid doesn't matter to me either way. It's
Got you.
I answered everything.
Got you.
Love it.
All right. Cool. All right, so let's get into it. Welcome to the Disability Pride Month Takeover. Woo! Featuring the Twitch Unity Guild.
Whoop, whoop.
Bam, 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 bam.
Woo.
Excited. For those of you that don't know, July is Disability Pride Month. It is a month, of course, to highlight those of us who are disabled and to learn more about and bring more attention to the different ways that the disabilities that we have affect our lives. So the Unity Guilds, a few members from the Unity Guilds came together and we said we're taking over the Just Chatting category today to talk about all these various array of topics regarding disabilities. And I just also want to shout out to the event organizers, Sweet Sage and Marge, Creative Desires, aka Marge, and all of our help that we've had, Zadie Love and Honey
Yay.
718. Thank y'all so much for getting this together and corralling everybody. And you were amazing. You're amazing. We wouldn't be here without y'all.
Thank you.
So
Mm-hmm.
to get started, we'll just do our normal intros and then
Yes.
we got a great topic for y'all today
Yes.
for our short time with each other. So you first.
Yes, of
So
course. Hi, everyone. Actually, before I get started, I wanted to touch base because the reason why July is Disability Pride Month is because it's the anniversary of when the American with Disabilities Act was signed into law, which was actually only in 1990, by the way.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's still very, very new. And it actually didn't start, the Disability Pride Month didn't really start to become celebrated until I think 2015.
Wow.
So, yeah, we're still in the very early stages. So, with that being said, hi everyone. My name is Autumn is Her. I'm your favorite four-time heart surgery patient, variety gamer, streamer, and sometimes singer. And I'm also an award-winning disability and diversity advocate. So I'm here. We're gonna celebrate these disabilities. My disabilities might be invisible, but I'm gonna talk about it.
As you should.
Mm-hmm.
As you
Mm-hmm.
should.
Yes.
Thank you, Ada. Thank you. I okay, it's my turn. Hello, everybody. Again, my name is Bianca, aka Idiosin Anca. I am one of the community specialists from the Twitch Black Guild, and I'm just happy to be here in the room. So I like to say I don't like to claim my disability, if that makes sense, because I don't want it to define my life or whatever. The disability got to do with me. You feel me?
Mm.
So the disability that got to do with me is Crohn's disease. I was diagnosed in 2016. I had 6 inches of my small intestine removed and my appendix, so I had an appendectomy at the same time. Yeah, I was not 2016. Sorry, I was 16 years old. Sorry, I 2016 is a little recent. No, I was in high school when all this happened. Yeah, so, but yeah, I'm grateful. I'm thankful to be here. I haven't had really any much problems other than, Crohn's disease affects anything from your mouth to your anus, any part of that. So, I'm grateful for what I have to deal with because I know a lot of people deal with a wide range of Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis and IBD and IBS and all of that. So, but yeah, that's me. And yeah, last but certainly not least.
Hello, I'm MusicKid. I'm a trans queer Chinese full-time content creator, and I like to call myself the meme lord. I have bipolar 1, which, if you're unfamiliar, is a nasty, nasty beast of a thing to have to live with. It's just a mental health role of just ups and downs, where the ups are great but awful, and the downs are awful but awful. And I mean, I'm thankful for the medications I'm allowed to be on, and the help that I have in my life keeping me stable. But there's a lot of people out there who don't have the same resources I have, and I feel for them because I lived 16 years without any help, and Lord have mercy, lived in an experience, that's for sure. But
you said 16
we make
years?
do with what we have, and we learn. 16 years undiagnosed. Yeah, that was oof. Girl, let me tell you what.
You are a survivor. You strong. You are strong.
I actually can't wait to hear what we all have
Diagnosed at 30 was rough. When they got to me and they were like, "Hey, so this is it." I was like, "Yo, somebody couldn't have told me this when I was a teenager, though."
Facts.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, what do you mean that wasn't a normal childhood?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Okay. Like, wow, thanks for letting me know, I guess.
I guess.
But, right. But no, thank you for sharing that as well. No, for real, that is, I can't imagine what life was like for you, but you're here now, and that's all that matters. So yeah, we're all here now.
Yeah, and I mean that goes right into the topic that we're coming, because I'm really, really interested, because especially as part of the BIPOC community, disability sometimes, well, for me growing up, disability was a bad word. Growing up, it's like, well, we already struggle. It's like, well, you don't need to add to your struggle. So our topic today is actually about ableism and internalized ableism. And so ableism is like a prejudice or discrimination towards people who have disabilities, right? But internalized ableism is when you yourself, the person who has the disability, you struggle with it and you have harmful beliefs against that. And I'm like super interested to see how internalized ableism has affected our lives. I want to know about you, Anca.
Oh,
yeah. I'm really, I'm really interested in that. Cause like you said in the beginning, before you even got started, you said, I don't really identify as that because I don't want to take away from other people. But what you told me seems pretty disabling. So
yeah. So funny story. So Autumn is visiting me, and yesterday we were driving around. Yes, she's here. oh yeah. Anyway, no. We were driving around yesterday doing the adult things, errands and things like that. And I was talking to her about how well, she brought up that she forgot her placard for the parking spot, and I was just like, I was going to do that at one point, but I don't think my doctor would grant me it because I don't look like I'm disabled.
That's giving internalized ableism. It's giving internalized ableism.
And especially as a Black person and as a Black woman, that stereotype, they think Black people don't really experience pain or deal with anything in the medical field. So, yeah, I was like, I probably won't get approved for it because, my Crohn's disease doesn't really affect my day to day like that. But then Autumn was like, but when it does, it does.
Y'all, she was affected yesterday.
I was affected yesterday. It was actually quite hilarious.
And that's the thing about, because I have a dynamic disability. So dynamic means that it doesn't always show up. So I use disability aid. So I have a shower chair, I have a cooling towel, I have a compression, I use a cane and a rollerblade, but I don't use it all the time. So because I don't use it all the time, I do struggle with my own ableism, internalized ableism, because I'm constantly judging how much I need to use my aids to determine my own disabilities. So to put in perspective, I've had 4 heart surgeries, right? But it wasn't until I was fainting and it wasn't until I was fainting and basically on the hospital bed until I realized, oh, well, there's something actually wrong. And it wasn't just my heart. I also have a bad knee. I have mental disabilities. Glasses. Hello. This is a disability because without my glasses I can't see. So I'm really interested. So what about you, Music Kid? How has ableism affected you?
So a lot of I do have physical disabilities. I can't use either of my knees properly. I've had double knee surgeries and I'm only 30. But a lot of my internal ableism gets to me because a lot of mine are unseen disabilities. So I'm like, well, clearly I'm not that disabled. I can still walk around. I can still get up every day. I still, I go about my day all just fine. I'm here. I'm present. I'm doing all this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, well, no, honey, but you can't get out of bed every day, and you can't get up and do everything every day. And there are days where I've spent, God, especially when I was younger before the medications, but more recently, I spent a good week and a half in bed, just like every day. I barely got out of bed. Like I'd push myself to the limit of what I could do, like just sitting up to go get a bowl of food, or like getting up to my partner needed something, getting up to help her, or doing something for her. Even just taking care of the cat was a lot for me for a week and a half recently. And like that, then I was like, oh yeah, so yeah, we disabled. But now that I'm back out of the depression again, I'm like, oh well, I'm great, I'm fine, I'm perfect, everything's great. And then my partner looked at me the day, she goes, you're manic, right? And I'm like, I mean, yeah, but isn't that a good thing? She goes, no, manic you isn't any better than depressed you. Like you be doing too damn much now. You out here doing too much, and you committing to too much, and you doing all this, that, and the other thing, and you're overworking yourself now. And it's like it's a double-edged sword with bipolar of how much I think I can accomplish, going into doing how much I think I can accomplish, and then coming out the other side and being like, well, I shouldn't have been doing all that because now I can't do anything. And
Burnout.
it's this constant cycle of, oh, burnout for sure. Yeah, it's like I overcommit to things. I do way too much when I'm manic. I spend too much. I do too much. I say too much. I talk to too many people. And then the depression rolls around. I'm like, well, see y'all in 9 to 10 business days. I ain't coming back around for a while. Y'all have fun dealing with the aftermath of everything I set up for myself, but I ain't, that ain't me no more. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dang. For those of us in the chat who may not be aware of manic, what manic is, could you give a description of that for us?
So mania is broken down into 2 different forms, hyper and hypo. Hypomania is what most people see a lot of manics as, where it's like we're overactivated, we're doing too much, like we speak a little faster, we have problems with impulse control. Hypermania is that kind of like even further than that. You're really impulsive. You're really just giving into every single thing that your brain thinks about. You're doing 15, 17, 18 tasks at one time. You're like your brain just doesn't shut off when you're hypermanic. Like whenever I get even into hypomanic, I haven't gone hypermanic in forever, but even when I get into hypomanic, I sleep for like 3 hours a night and I'm fine. Like I don't need no more sleep than 3. And it's not even like I only sleep 3 hours because that's just like the amount that my body will let me. It's I sleep 3 hours and I feel like I've slept for 10. Wow. Like my body literally just rejects sleep to the point where it's like 3 hours is enough. Granted, I know 3 hours isn't enough.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the back of my mind, when I'm only sleeping 3 hours, I know it's not enough. But in my head, great, I can get more done. I'm awake for 21 hours, and all I need is that 3 hours of sleep, and I'm great. And so I just kind of roll with it and roll with it and roll with it until my body goes, brother, we've been sleeping for 3 hours a night for 2 weeks. You gotta calm the fuck down. And all of a sudden, it's like, pump the brakes.
Right.
I crash, and and it's the crash is the worst part, honestly. That
Yeah.
crash coming down out of Mania is, oh Lord. If I could forever stay in the middle where everybody else lives that isn't bipolar, I would for forever, but
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
So now, so when we're on the topic of burnout too, because when you're disabled, we have when you're just as the person with disabilities, we like to measure our energy levels in spoons. So I do personally, I find myself like if I'm low on energy, but I've already started doing something, I find myself completing that task because I know the next day or the next few days is going to be so rough that if I stop right now, I'm not going to be able to finish what I'm doing and it's going to bother me. So I know that sometimes I will just overwork myself to the point of just total negative spoons. Yesterday yesterday was a good instinct because we were just doing a whole bunch, but I knew I was like I wanted to get stuff done because even in the moment you feel good, especially when you're hanging out with friends or just hanging out with people in general. But that's why I have this little lanyard here that it says I have a hidden disability. Oh, camera right here. It says I have a hidden disability, and I like to carry this around with me because it reminds me as well as other people that I have a hidden disability. It helps me with my own. It's like you're disabled, Autumn, and that's okay. It's,
right.
yeah.
That's a good segue into how many times we get told, "Oh, you look fine."
You don't look sick. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just
go limp real quick. Let me go faint.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. What? Where's the image? What? Hello. Okay. Do you have an image of what disability looks like? I mean, right here.
We do have an image. You know,
right?
What and the image is describing what the disability pride flag means. So we're just gonna pop that up right here.
Yes.
What does it mean? Each color signifies a different group of disabilities. Physical disabilities for red, cognitive and intellectual disabilities for yellow, invisible and undiagnosed disabilities for white, where a lot of us exist, psychiatric disabilities for blue, sensory disabilities for green, and we honor our disabled lives lost with gray. So, yes. I know that, well, I hope that people don't mean harm when they say, well, you don't look like you're sick. But it doesn't ever come across that way. And it's just kind of like,
hurtful.
Well, let me tell you something.
You know what it reminds me of?
Yeah.
It reminds me of when people, like me, I'm black. I'm 100% black. But people want me to prove my blackness because I don't, quote unquote, look full black. And I'm like, first of all, this is none of your business of what I do. I told you that I have a disability. You need to take it as fact. And that's it. And that's the third. I shouldn't have to prove it. Like every time I get on the train, I apply for I use the disability seats because I can't walk up the stairs. So I always keep my lanyard or my disability placard with me to prove that I even though I shouldn't have to, but people like, oh well, you taking away from other people. I was like, okay.
Yeah. There when I initially got diagnosed with Crohn's, oh my gosh, we could talk about a whole different slew of
do it.
Oh my gosh. Even that was a thing because they misdiagnosed me. At first, they was like, "Oh, you just have an ovarian cyst. It'll go away in a couple weeks." But let me not get on a tangent about that because my family was upset. I was just 16 years old and like, what's going on? No, but
that's ableism from your own doctors.
Fact. But Saphira said just because a person looks fine doesn't mean they don't have challenges as well. Exactly. But yeah, when I initially got diagnosed, they gave me a whole bunch of information. And they gave me like this little card that said, basically describing what Crohn's disease is. It's like a medical emergency card. Like it basically says I need to have access to your bathroom, even if it's not a public bathroom. And
accommodations.
I showed that to someone once because I just, it was one of those I had to go. And they were like, no. They just straight up said no. I I was like, so you gonna let me doodle on myself? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, it I just lost my train of thought. I just didn't really. I really don't get why we have to prove that something's going on with us. And I don't know if that's ever going to change, unfortunately.
No, probably
But
not.
yeah.
It's actually illegal
Oh.
to ask somebody that, thanks to the American with Disabilities Act, it's actually illegal to question somebody's disability. Like, service animals, like you can't, like when it comes to service animals, you can't ask you can't ask them how they help you. You can only ask for certification to prove that it's an actual, actual disability aid. But it's illegal to do that.
Wow.
And I think that's why, like, it's so hard, because when it comes to people's own ableism, it's a never ending fight. It's a never ending fight, especially in the workplace. When I go to get accommodations, one thing I do when you apply for jobs, don't ever say you're disabled. You say you check no, and then after you get your job, you ask for your accommodations later. Because even though it's illegal to discriminate someone based off of their disabilities, they will discriminate you, and there's really no way to prove it. There's no way to prove it at all. But like, so one thing I do have my Apple Watch, because my Apple Watch shows my heart rate constantly, and when I do stream, I show my heart rate at the bottom, because right now I look perfectly fine, but my resting heart rate is 115. But you wouldn't have known that. You wouldn't have known that because I look fine, right? But yeah.
Speaking of applying and listing your disability, now I don't know if I'm recalling this correctly, but I feel like I saw a job application recently where I feel like they're trying to scare people now. It's like, if you don't disclose you have a disability, before that if you disclose it later, you could get in trouble. I feel like I saw that. I don't know if that's true
illegal.
or not, but
that's illegal. Yeah,
that is very much illegal. You should report them.
I should.
You most definitely should, because that it is a scare tactic, because they're trying to they're discriminating you. They're trying to discriminate you, and that's why. Because same thing, when I ask about my race, I say prefer not to say. Ask about my disabilities, I say no, because when I'm filling out the application at the time, I might not be disabled. You don't know.
Y'all, I've been filling out a lot of job applications in the past couple days, so I don't know which company it was, but I'm gonna have to go back and look.
Report them to the ADA immediately.
Yeah, because what are we doing? But yeah, so we talked about our internal ableism. Let's talk about the external kind. Let's focus on that. We hit on it already. You look fine. You don't look like you need it. What are some other ways that we've experienced external ableism?
Music, you got that
one. Yeah, music.
Yeah, I want to hear.
And again, for me, it's a little different, because a lot of times, and this is part of the internal ableism too, but like a lot of the times people don't see me as disabled because it's all in like mental disabilities. It's all, things that change based off of my mental state and things like that. It's always people going, oh, well, but you don't fit the normal what we think is disabled, so why should we? Like, I'm going through the process right now of applying for state disability, like SSI, and it's been a process. Like, I've been in court now 3 different times testifying about my own disability to a judge in front of, a whole courtroom of people, and like talking about my day-to-day struggles. And I even had like the state attorney, because you have to, when you do the disability thing, you go up against a state attorney and a judge with your own attorney, should you have one. And I have one because I was recommended this nice friend of a friend. But and the state attorney's job is basically to be like, what, but are you actually disabled? And I know he doesn't mean it, and I mean, like, he might actually mean it maliciously, but like, it's his job for the state to make sure that everybody who's on disability is disabled. And like, again, who is he to decide? Who's the judge to decide? That's between me and God. But and it was really a lot to hear him sit there and be like, but you can still walk around, you can still do this, you can still do that, you can still do this. We have a list of things you could still be doing, and I'm like, yes, I could do those, but I'm telling you right now, I can't. Like I cannot within good reason go do those things. And he's like, yes, but physically you can. Therefore, are you disabled? And I'm like, yes, but because physically I can doesn't mean mentally I can. Like let's loop back to that there, sir. Mentally and physically are two separate bodies here. Like that's a non-disclosable, like I don't have to talk to you about this, but because I'm trying to get state aid, I have to talk to you about this. So let's back it up and separate into two separate pieces here, sir. The physical body is able, but the brain is not willing. Like there's a lot of and I feel for people who go through this process. I've been in now for 2.5 years fighting with this.
Oh my Lord.
And it's like I feel for anybody who goes through this process. It's so dehumanizing.
Yeah. Very
to have to explain every bit of my life to these people day in and day out. Like literally one part of the court is me describing what I do in a day to the court and being like, well, this is the most that I'm allowed that I can manage to do in a day. And it's just so awful to have to sit there and, not lie, but like drum up as much as I can of like every bit of strength that I can to talk to these people about what they can't see me going through. Because when I walk into court, I may look fine, but that just may be me being manic for the day and not me at my worst. And they'll never see me at my worst, hopefully.
Right.
I don't want anybody seeing me at my worst. Again, internal ableism there. I don't want anybody seeing me at my worst. Hell, I don't let my partner see me at my worst some damn times. But like it's just a lot of powering through, and just trying to be the best that I can be. And then because I'm being the best that I can be, they say, well, then you're not disabled, because clearly if you can be at this point, if you can be at this point right now, why can't you be at this point all the time?
I don't have a choice. I have a choice.
I don't get to pick.
We don't.
We don't. When I am this way, like Lord.
We still have life to live, and I want to touch base on that because, like I said before, I've had 4 heart surgeries. Right, I fought the disability system for 4.5 years. And, one of the most dehumanizing things about that entire process was they gave me a list of jobs that I could do, right? Tell me why the location of those jobs don't matter. Because they had gave me a list of jobs that I could do, but none of those jobs were located in my state, right? I think it was located in like Texas or Pennsylvania. Listen, they gave me jobs. They were like, oh, well, you can be a mail carrier. And I was like, okay, well, all of these jobs that you're listing, they're not available in my state. They're like, well, if you move, you can get a job. And I was like, oh,
you got move money?
Okay. And then and I had a lawyer and everything. And the way that the system is, first, unfortunately, the system is meant to burn you out. Because my my auntie, she had breast cancer. It took her 8.5 years to get approved for Social Security disability. And I was like, granted, they back pay you, but they do that on purpose because they don't want you to work at all. Did you know that the income limit is like $1,200 a month?
What?
Yes.
With the disability?
Yes. For Social Security disability, you have to be because that's the other thing about ableism too, because they tell you if you're disabled, you can't do anything. So you can't make more than a certain amount of money. And that was something that happened too when I got my student loans waived. Due to disability, I'll let you know if you need a little help on how to navigate your disability. I got you. When I got my student loans waived, after I got them waived for 3 years, before they changed it for 3 years, I couldn't make more than $18,000 a year, or they would reinstate my loans. But they fixed it because I think, I don't know what happened, but they had changed it to where they were no longer monitoring me. But yeah, they expect you. They were like, well, if you want us to help you, you can't do anything. And that was one of the reasons why I started streaming, was because I was fighting disability and they were like, no, you can work. I actually had a really, really good job, and I had to leave that good job because I was working part-time. And then while I was out sick on disability, they gave me a raise, and the raise that they gave me like put me out of the, I think, Medicaid or something like that.
Mm.
And the insurance that was provided by my job didn't cover my heart medicine. So it was going to cost me like $400. It was going to cost me $400 extra a month just to keep the job. Yes. They want to dehumanize you. They're like, oh, you disabled? Okay, we're going to show you disabled. And I'm like, bro, I just want to live.
Do y'all see? Do y'all see what we gotta deal with?
I just want to live.
Literally, none of this makes sense. How you gonna basically say, okay, if you want help, you gotta really milk it. You gotta just not do nothing.
Yes.
You can't be a part of society.
Yeah.
And it's like, here, dang, you always asking for something, money. Like, what? Like, we're not inept. We can still do things. Like,
yeah.
And I think that's
Right.
why I was afraid to apply for the parking spot placard, because I thought if I got it granted, then it would start affecting me to do other stuff.
That's different. Okay, so
No, honey.
that's different. So it's different with state, because that's a good thing about that. That's an accommodation for you. The placard is is accommodation for you. But when you go asking the state for money and you go asking the federal government for money, that's when they nitpick you and they watch you. They watch you because they tell you you can do a working while disabled, but that's not true. Because if you start working too much, like even like let's say you get approved for disability and you work you're able to work a normal job for a week, and then the next 3 weeks out of that month you can't work. They were like, well, you worked for a week, so you don't need us. And I was like, okay, alrighty then. Luckily in California, there's programs like Working While Disabled, which allows you to pay into Medicaid and keep a job, to where I think you can make up to 350% of the federal poverty level and still keep your benefits. But yeah, I had to become an expert because, one, the resources aren't there. They don't want to help you. That's the problem. They want to keep the resources away from you because they don't want you to be sick. They don't want you to be sick. And then I don't know if it's me, but my school didn't teach me about how to navigate life in case of a medical emergency or disability. I wasn't taught that at all. I didn't even know I had a disability because I was never ADHD. Once I got it wasn't until I went to college until I got the accommodations for testing, when I got like double time, and I was like, wow. How did I navigate school?
How did we navigate anything growing up? Like all the misdiagnoses. Like I'm sitting here astonished at all of our stories, just because like how did we exist?
We just did. We just did. Yep. Can you? I'm still thinking about it though, because 40 years is not long at all. It like, and then you think about how people, because I don't know about you, but growing up, no one, I never really knew people who had disabilities in my family until they were like dying. And it was just like, I didn't even realize you had cancer because you was just doing this and that. Why weren't you sitting down? Why aren't you resting? Please rest.
That's another, I feel like, okay, I don't know if this is another factor of internal ableism in the Black community, but a lot of us probably don't go to get medical attention because we know that they're not going to hear us out and treat us and actually give us the right diagnosis. And yeah, I feel like that's another.
Yeah.
We just sit here and deal with it.
Freaking out.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Medical racism.
Medical racism is a thing.
Medical racism.
Medical racism. Yep. I remember after my car accident, I went, my regular doctor wasn't available. And I went to my physician assistant. This was after I had a car accident, mind you. 7 airbags deployed. Okay. I was diagnosed with asthma due to the airbags deploying. The physical assistant said, and I quote, "Y'all don't take her seriously because she exacerbates her issues." Okay. My fingers were blue. My toes were blue. I said, please write that down in my chart. Write down that you said that I was exacerbating my issues. Please write that down. Please. So now when I go when I go to the doctor, especially a new doctor, I don't give them the I don't give them the chance to try to diagnose me. I come with a folder of all my because you won't be able to. Here's all my medical records. Here's all of my diagnoses. And then it's really difficult too, because if you're not able to find a person that looks like you, it's hard. Because I was misdiagnosed as having bipolar depression because my therapist didn't look like me. And it wasn't until I seen a Black woman therapist who told me, "Oh yeah, you're not bipolar. You have a hormonal disorder. You have PMDD. Your psychological things happen because of a hormonal issue. Let's get this going." And once I went to the actual therapist, I was like, wow, I didn't even need medication, because the therapist that I went to had gave me medicine and it completely took away my mood. And I was like, this isn't right. We need more people. We need more people like us in the medical field.
So they're just making us zombies.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The anger that we have in the BIPOC community is just like, and yet we wake up every morning with a smile on our faces just to deal with this. You know,
marginalized community, marginalized individual. Just what's another thing to marginalize me?
We're expected to just smile through it.
DEI don't apply. It don't apply, because when we try to, first of all, they think DEI is for us. It's not. It's really not.
It's not. No.
It's not.
Oh my goodness. Well, we have about 20 minutes left. If you all are up for it, since we have a few minutes for that, do you all want to talk about each of our disabilities that we live with just a little bit more, if you feel comfortable? If not, that's cool. But a lot of people might not know what each really entails. I know I touched a bit on Crohn's disease earlier, but if we want to take that time for the next 8 minutes before we get into Q&A, we could do that. But if not, we don't have to do that either.
Yeah. I can talk about my heart. I can talk about heart forever. So I have two separate heart conditions. One is called POTS, which stands for postural orthostatic tachycardia. So basically, when I change positions, my heart rate and blood pressure skyrocket, and that can cause fainting. I am allergic to the heat. If it's over a certain temperature, or if it's a certain elevation, it's difficult for me to breathe, and it's really hard for my body to work, so I don't fly. And then I also have WPW, which stands for Wolff-Parkinson's White disease. And that's basically, I have extra electricity that flows through my heart, which starts
static shock.
With literally, because it causes here's a big word for Elmo: supraventricular tachycardia.
Supraventricular tachycardia.
Yes.
Okay.
Supraventricular tachycardia, and basically, in layman terms, that means my heart beats very, very fast, and that causes fainting. And then that can be exacerbated by excitement. So that's why I had to stop playing comp games, because I get too excited and then my heart rate would shoot to like 190. And I'm like, woo, it's getting dizzy in here. I know some of those words. And then PMDD, which is basically PMS. Just very, very strong. So with PMDD, 14 out of the 30 days, it causes a real bad hormonal problem, and then that can cause unfortunately suicidal indices. It really does mimic bipolar, but it's only during certain times of the month, and it's a hormonal thing. I have asthma, ADHD. I'm pretty sure I have a touch of autism, undiagnosed, because I'm not ready to deal with that. I don't want any more diagnoses. That's it. Look, I'm ableist. That's my internalized ableism.
It's just what I talked about in the Black community.
I'm done, because I don't want to have to keep. First of all, I don't want to have keep explaining my disabilities to people, especially my family. So I'm gonna just stick with those.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
All right, music, go ahead. Yeah.
So my big one is the bipolar. I also have ADHD and autism, and like I said, I've had a double knee surgery on both of my knees at 30 years old. They're telling me I'll probably need a hip replacement by the time I'm 45. Like I'm falling damn apart. But they're testing me currently for rheumatoid arthritis, which if you're unfamiliar is a joint disease where your joints just rapidly deteriorate. Which again, under 60 is like a weird diagnosis to get that, but they're
Yeah.
because of how rapidly my knee joints have been deteriorating, they've got me tested for that now because they're like, well, at 30 years old, your joint we shouldn't need to do a double knee replacement on you, but we just did. So let's take a look and see why that's happening. I'm grateful for my doctors for listening to me. I go to a queer specialized doctor here in the city I live in.
Good.
And they've been very, very helpful with getting, listening to me and understanding me. And, it's a very, BIPOC forward community here. And I live in Cincinnati for reference. It's a very big BIPOC community here in Cincinnati. So a lot of the
Nice.
doctors are BIPOC. My particular one is not, but there's a lot of BIPOC doctors in my practice. So it's like if I wanted to, have a second opinion, I have that ability to go see somebody else speak on, my behalf there. But it's like, and the rough part about the bipolar is as well, you can't be diagnosed with that under 20.
Really?
What?
Because of the way that the diagnosis is formed and the way that your brain is formatted when you have it, they literally are not legally allowed to give you a diagnosis of bipolar under a specific age, because up until that specific age, your brain is just looking like that because that's just how a normal teenage brain looks. But if it doesn't develop past that and it continues to have these weird fluctuations and things like that, that's when they're like, okay, now you have bipolar. But like,
That's ableist. I don't
looked
care.
it up. I looked it up. Well, it's. I understand it is probably ableist, but I also understand that physiologically that's just how the brain looks and works, and so they don't want every 16-year-old running around and go, well, I got bipolar, because they might not actually. That just might be the 16-year-old brain,
Wow.
But
Learn something
yeah,
new.
so it's
'Cause
like
I
even
did
if I
not
had
know
wanted to get
that.
help, if I had wanted to get help as a kid, they probably would have told me, well, we can't help you because the symptoms you're displaying are just normal teenage symptoms or just symptoms of other things. And then I would have gotten 7 other diagnoses that were all wrong when it was just the bipolar all along, So
Wow.
like, it's been a journey. And I mean, I even experienced that. Like in my 20s, I went to go get mental health help. I actually ended up in a 72-hour hold. And in that 72-hour hold, I ended up speaking to several psychiatrists, and I was like, listen, I understand that I'm here because I was suicidal. Let's fix this. Like, what do I need to do to fix this? And I ended up diagnosed with I think they actually did try to diagnose me with PMDD at first.
Wow.
And then when the symptoms continued on past that 14-day period, and I was like, well, this isn't a hormonal thing anymore. Like, this is a every day of my life thing. Then they were like, well, yep, it's definitely bipolar now. But it was rough in my even in my 20s trying to get them to give me a real diagnosis. I wasn't taken seriously by a psychiatrist until I was, I'm 30 now, and then they were like, well, if you're still experiencing this in your 30s, then yeah, you're probably bipolar. Let's get you on I take a medicine cabinet worth of shit every day now because again, like Autumn said, the first bipolar medication they put me on turned me into a zombie and I had no emotions. And I was like, well, can I try to feel things? I know I shouldn't feel like extremes of things, but can I try to have my emotions?
Right.
And so I'm on a rigmarole of different things now that they've got me on to try and keep me balanced. And yeah, it keeps me balanced, but even still, like I was saying earlier, the other week I literally just couldn't get out of bed between my knee and the fact that just the idea of getting out of bed felt so heavy and so weighted on my soul that I was like, well, I don't want to do that. I ain't gonna do that. It's just gonna be here. We're just gonna lay in bed, and God bless my partner for helping me. And again, internal ableism dealing with me when I get like that. I've been with her for almost 6 years now, and she's been a blessing and a half, just sticking with me through all of the ups and downs. But
shout out to everybody that have partners who understand, because it's not easy.
Shout out the partners.
Facts.
Shout out to your support system for
shout out to our support
whoever
systems.
that may be. I was supporting Anca yesterday for sure.
Autumn was supporting me.
I was like, if you don't go do what you need to do.
Look, it was a lot going on. She saw all my quirkiness in person yesterday. How I am on stream is how I am offline. Okay.
Take the mask.
But no. But yeah, I didn't know, when it comes to just like the bipolar disorders and different things like that. I didn't know there were like levels. They just generalize everything for
Yeah.
those of us that aren't
Mhm.
affected by it. So I'm just kind of like,
So
why?
there are 3 levels to bipolar. There's bipolar 1, which is the hypermanic, hypomanic, overattentive. There's bipolar 2, which is, I think, what they try to diagnose you with, Autumn, the opposite, where it's just hyper depression all the time.
Yeah, it was
Mm.
And like
bipolar.
lows.
Yeah.
And then there's bipolar 3, which is a lack of emotion overall, unless it's an extreme emotion.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
I've done a lot of
See?
research on this. It's a lot.
Yeah. Like we would have never known, like I literally would have never known like that. I'm like I'm in shock right now. I'm gonna have to write some of this stuff down because I just like what?
Yeah, they tried to diagnose me with bipolar depression because I was never manic. But I was always I would be super sad, and I was just not wanting to be existing, and I would bed rot for 14 days, no appetite, nothing. But now I'm now with the right and proper diagnosis, I can look at the chart and I can see, oh, okay, I don't feel good because my hormones are imbalanced.
Oh, just go drink some water. You'll be fine.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Lord, don't get me started on that.
Thanks.
Are you hydrated? Did you get like that's not the sort, that's not the
enough
cure to
sleep.
everything.
Did you do yoga
Too
today?
much goddamn sleep.
Right. What?
Did you do yoga?
Did you eat 3 times a day?
Right. Have you tried not crying? Yeah, let me just.
Wow.
Let me just. Are you sure you have anxiety? Are you sure you're not just? Are you sure you're not just being a hypochondriac?
Right. Are you sure you're having a panic attack? Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Okay. My gosh. But yeah. So yeah, real quick, because I know we're getting on time. So I briefly described earlier what Crohn's disease was. It affects anywhere from your mouth to your anus. It can literally hit anywhere. It could be in your esophagus, your large intestine, your small intestine. And it fits under an umbrella called irritative bowel disease. Yes, so you have Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Ulcerative colitis takes part mainly in the colon area, and but yeah, Crohn's disease could be anywhere. So and then there's IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. So that's a hard word for Elmo. Irritative.
Got it. IBS.
IBS. IBD. Yeah, I was and okay, so Crohn's disease can affect more than just your digestive system. It can affect your vision, it can affect your joints, and it can affect your energy levels. And there be days when I'm just tired and like music, I can't get out of bed. I just need to lay there and sleep all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank God I don't have any dietary restrictions. Sometimes you do have to wear a colostomy bag if they do remove like a good portion of your intestine. But it's just like some of us with it can't eat like spicy food. It really is just a wide spectrum of things you could get hit with IBD. And no two people are alike. So like for example, when I initially got diagnosed, my doctor when I finally got to the right GI doctor, he was like, sometimes people get there's you first let me clear this up as well. There's like no cure for Crohn's disease. It can just be in remission for like ever or something like that, but it could come back. And typically people do relapse within 8 years, but you know what? What are you doing? Anyway, I haven't had any really issues since I was 16 and I'm 31 now. So, but yeah, sometimes you can take a steroid and it can clear it up. But I had to take a medicine called mercaptopurine, which by the way is a chemo drug. Yes. Yes. I had to take that for a long time to make sure everything was good. I recently got off of it last year. My steroids cure for everything. you know? But yeah, it's just like, yeah, you have to get colonoscopies and endoscopies every year to make sure everything looks okay on the inside. It's a lot. Yeah. So, this, I don't know why steroids are just, you need that.
The side
Z-Pack.
effects. The side effects is, first of all, we don't even have time for that. The side effects of some of the medications that they give you be worse than the actual issue.
Listen.
And then some of them you can't just stop, because if you stop them right away, it'll mess your body up. And I'm just like, okay, alrighty then.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Exactly. So yeah, y'all. It really is like, some days you like anybody with a disability. Some days you have good days, some days you have bad days. Some days aren't just good. Like, all days just may not be good. But like y'all been saying in chat, we power through. We make the best of it, because what else can we do? We're not gonna just sit here, and be, woe is me. What's the point of that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just important to be mindful when your friends and your acquaintances and your peers tell you that they got something going on. Talk to them more about it, learn about it, because it's important to support one another. The more advocacy we have, the more awareness that we have about each of these things that we deal with, the better it will be for everybody that's living with a disability.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We listen and we don't judge.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like
exactly.
I don't be judging you. I be looking at you in a certain way. I don't judge you. I'm not judging. No, I'm looking and I'm concerned.
Yes.
It's not judgment.
Yes.
It's concern.
Yes. Real quick, yesterday, I had a lot of quick time events yesterday. This is when I needed the placard yesterday. Okay. I shouldn't be drinking coffee like that, but I love coffee. But we know coffee's a diuretic. And yeah. About an hour later, after I consumed said espresso martini, I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. But it was like amplified, But anyway, I was in Michael's and I had to go to the bathroom, walk back there, plumbing not working. Okay. Then the closest establishment was Target, unfortunately. I had to go in there. They had just closed the bathroom for cleaning just as I walked in. And I was like, I can't even tell them I need to go. I can't even tell them. So booked it back to the car, whipped my car over to McDonald's. Why was there a line? Moms and children for days in the bathroom. I was texting. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know. I'm starting to get cramps at that point. Like, it just crazy work. But that's what it's like. Like, it's,
yeah.
And you gotta go. But let it be known, Crohn's disease is not just a bathroom disease, just like the commercial says. But anyway, we have time for Q&A if anybody wants to ask us any questions before we take this party over to our next panel this morning. But if nobody has any questions, thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
This was a blast.
This was great.
It was a good discussion.
I don't stream on my own channel, by the way. I don't stream on my own channel. No, for serious. It's the summer. You're good. I'll take up both spots here. No, it's the summertime, so if y'all don't see me, this is literally one of my own accommodations to myself. In the summertime, I rarely stream because it's hot, and my heart condition, I'm allergic to the sun. So if I do come back periodically, it'll be more like in the September time. Just know we on low spoons until the sun decides to go away.
Yeah. I'm convincing her to move to San Diego.
She's trying to get me.
It's nice. I actually don't have to do much convincing.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Now, listen, that's the thing too, is like when it comes to because I was completely disabled in Colorado because the elevation was 6,000, right? But out here, the temperature's nice. Yeah, and that's why I say when I'm in California, and at least certain parts of California, I don't feel as disabled. That's what I say. I don't say I don't feel disabled. I say I don't feel as disabled. My symptoms are subsided and they're managed, and that's the thing too. You learn. How to do what's good for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Any questions, comments, concerns? If not, that's all right.
I'm gonna go ahead and recharge my spoons.
Facts. Gotta go cook
Facts.
breakfast now.
Oh yeah. With an air fryer because
Woo!
low spoons,
Low
accommodations.
Yes. But you know what? Music, it was very nice to meet you. And this is
Yeah, you
this is
too.
literally the first time interacting with you, so this has been a pleasure. Thank you for being here with us today, this morning. Because I know you said
thank
you
you for
don't get
having
started
me.
till 2. Yeah, of course.
Like, look, you waking up. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, and we have a question. What's a feature on Twitch you'd like to see that would help us?
I think a better way of sort of understanding the game, like I think a better like trigger warning system would be really great, like a built-in, like not built in, but like a better way of like being able to show people trigger warnings within the games, because I have a lot of different triggers of things, and I don't like to have to go through and like look it up myself every time I go to a game, because every time my friend starts in a new game, then I gotta go to like does the dog die and look it up myself. I'd like it if Twitch would like sort of like work with a website or work with something to be like, if you're streaming this game, please make sure you have these tags on or have a trigger warning in your chat about this, or like I wish they'd at least enforce something more about like making sure people have trigger warnings out there, you
More
know,
automatic,
just to help protect people more from their own stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really, really good thing.
Yeah.
Like because certain games that you play, if it's mature, it'll automatically tell you to 18 plus. Like, because certain games, they should be able to add, seizure warnings and things like that. I like that. I do like that.
That's good.
I'm happy they
I
brought
understand
captions.
that it's not on the rest of the world
Right.
to wrap around me, but like at the same time, it's like we should be trying to at least accommodate people a little bit.
We
We should be
should.
trying to take care of our own in these spaces.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy the Disability Pride Guild. We're here, guys.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes.
Disability Pride.
You
And it's
know?
not gonna be just for July.
Facts.
Real facts.
On that note, join the Unity Guilds, everybody. Woo! We got 7 of them now. Yeah. We got 7 of them. What are the 7?
Ooh.
Let's do this. Women's Guild,
Pride
Guild,
Black Guild, Latin Guild,
Disability
Guild,
Indigenous Guild,
and Asian.
Woo!
We know them guilds.
I'm glad y'all knew them all, because I definitely missed
Nah, it's okay. I was listing them off real quick one time, and I said it so quick. I was like, dang, did I say all 7 that quick? you know. But yeah, okay. I see you, Thor. We got our, alumni Black Guild leader in chat. Thank you. And we also have our current other community specialists for the Black Guild.
Yeah.
Honey 718. Yes. In chat as well.
All right,
okay, we got another question. Ooh. Okay. And it's okay if we're going over time. Don't feel pressure or bad about that at all. We could be here for longer. It's totally cool. If y'all got more questions. Did I miss another question? Oh, no questions. Just love that you were doing this. No, thank you. Because you are also a panelist and we appreciate you. And same to you, Inferno. Let's see, make sure. Okay. For someone getting out of the service with a service-connected disability who wants to build something in content creation, what's the one thing you wish someone told you on day 1?
You don't have to stream every day.
Right. No, you don't.
That.
You don't have to stream.
You don't even have to be making content every damn day of the week.
Facts.
No. You grow based off of community.
Thinking that content creation is doing something every fucking day and putting out something every day. And I mean, like, some people even recommend doing something more than once a day, like 3 times a day. And I'm like, no, that's not in the cards. Not for me. I
So,
post once a day on TikTok and I stream 3 days a week, and that's it. And I do this full time. Like I pay my bills, my portion of the bills doing this full time, and it's
Period.
doable. If you build the right community and you have the right people in your circles, it's doable. You
Yep.
don't have to stretch yourself to the non-disabled, to the neurodivergent, or to the neurotypical way of doing things. Just because it works for them don't mean it gonna work for you, and that's okay, honey.
That
You don't gotta
part.
worry about that. Like live your life the way that you're gonna be living it. If your disability tells you you can't be doing something every day, then don't be doing something every day. Like, just listen to your body. Your body knows you more than you know you.
Exactly. I don't know. The people that are able to do way all of that, yeah.
GG's. I don't.
Kudos.
GG.
But all of us can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not everybody can be doing all that.
Yeah.
Facts.
You can't compete where you don't compare.
Facts.
So that's why it's really important to surround yourself like the unity guilds. Because when you're around like-minded people, one, you stop gaslighting yourself. Two, you start to understand things more, because you can't connect with people who are able-bodied if you're not able-bodied. So you know, so the number one thing is you have to surround yourself with people who are like-minded, who are disabled, who understand. And once you build your community, you know, you more than likely will have disabled people. And just be honest to your level of comfortability. Have, if you do want to stream, have a backup for low spoon days. You don't have to stream with your camera on. You don't have to do that. And you don't have to play the same game. You can play I play solitaire when my spoons are low. So just listen to your body, don't overwork yourself, and surround yourself with community.
I feel like that's the main thing. That is the literally. Community care comes in various shapes, especially when it comes to your health. Exactly. Find your people, vet them for sure. Vet them. But yeah, you don't have to do what everybody else is doing, especially to be, if you want to be successful, you don't have to do what everybody, and success is measured how we measure it, not based on what the world is saying. So there's also that.
Life's what you make it.
Exactly. You may not want to be, your success may look like you able to positively impact 1 or 2 people a day. And that's cool.
I don't even stream no more. I like helping other people stream.
Right.
I do, because I know this industry it's a lot. It takes a lot. And I'm like, I don't want to be on the camera anymore because it's draining. But I want to help you make your stream and your life better. That's what I want to do. I feel successful in that. Joining this amazing panel like this was a great success.
This is a wonderful success.
Amazing. No.
Screaming. But yeah. All right, y'all.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Shout yourself out. Hello.
Yes. Shout yourself out.
Reintroduce yourself.
Period. Good panel, good people, good times. We have a whole day of wonderful topics for y'all to tune into. So please stay tuned, learn a few things, share a few things, and a whole day. A whole day. Yes. So I'm excited. I'm gonna be lurking in the streams and different things like that. So but yeah, again, it was very nice to meet you, Music. Y'all make sure y'all go follow that one MusicKid, or else I'm just playing. No, let me stop. Sorry.
Unless this disability gonna give you the ability.
No. It was very lovely to meet all of you, though, for sure.
It was so amazing.
You too.
So much. Thank you so much for being here.
Yep. Also, make sure y'all tap in with Autumn is her. Yeah. She is actually her right now.
Here.
Maybe it's easier if you come over here.
Yeah,
there's
proof.
There you go. Yeah.
You can follow me.
Yes.
Don't be surprised. Like I said, spoons are low. Let's see, this communication. Spoons are low. If you see some content that's old, be happy you have content at all. That's it.
Content is content. Don't matter when it was recorded.
Yes.
You know,
follow the notifications. Stream schedule non-existent.
Yeah, about to see videos from middle school. I'm just kidding, no.
Yeah.
Anyway, and of course, I'm Idiosin Anca, or just Anca for short, or Bianca, whatever you want. But yes, that's where you can find us. Make sure you tap in. And gonna have to find Autumn and BGG. Hey, you know
If
what I'm
you
saying?
can listen,
I just told you that doesn't see you.
Oh, all
Yep.
right.
I
All right.
see.
But yeah, this is our raid message, and we got. Oh, let me see. Let me make sure.
We're getting raid on, y'all.
he
You know, I'm gonna start carrying around some stickers.
did not have to do that.
Every time you find me, I'm gonna give you a sticker.
Facts.
You collect. I'll give you my name.
You know,
you find all 13 stickers. I'll give you an emote in my channel.
that part.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
we're gonna
so
take this
funny.
party over to Marge, my Pookie.
Yay.
One the actually, I don't want to just say one up. I feel like it was just a team effort. But I would say the main person driving this whole thing this weekend today, excuse me. Marge and Sage, okay? We're gonna go over there.
Sage.
Thank you for the bits on the way out.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much. Shout out to Marge. Shout out to Sage. Shout out to Zadie. Shout out to Honey. Thank you. Shout out to all our panelists today.
Yes.
Thank you so much for participating and sharing your experiences. It is very important that we continue to do so. So we will see y'all. We will see y'all around in the rest of the streams today. So stay tuned and take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.